Good evening. Did former Nashville Mayor Megan Barry get what she deserves, or did the DA just decide to make an example of her?
One day after her shocking guilty plea and resignation, it seems everyone has an opinion on this. News Channel 5's chief investigative reporter Phil Williams went looking for answers. Phil?
Well, guys, this much is clear. No one forced Megan Barry to plead guilty to admit that she committed a crime. But it's also clear that other Nashville public officials, including the DA himself, have not faced the same fate.
What is your conditional plea to the charge of theft of property, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
As Megan Barry calmly pleaded guilty to a Class C felony, part of a deal with Nashville DA Glenn Funk, her face hinted at possible hard feelings for the prosecutor who had pushed her to that settlement. An admission that during her 2-year affair with her police bodyguard, she was guilty of stealing more than $10,000 in travel expenses from taxpayers.
It's a tough case to prove based on what we think we know, that the state would have had to prove that Mayor Barry had the intent to deprive taxpayers of money and, acting with that intent, knowingly took money from them without their consent.
Veteran Nashville lawyer Jim Todd says that Barry essentially got the same sentence she would have received if the case had gone to trial. The question, he says, is whether Funk had even more evidence up his sleeve.
Yes, the DA could have said, resign and pay restitution and I won't prosecute you. That obviously is an option for the DA to do, because the DA has the ultimate power to take a charge or not take a charge to the court.
Ironically, Funk himself had faced a TBI investigation after we discovered that 2 months before he took office, he had a friend create a state job for him, all to help him lock in a more lucrative pension and health insurance for him and his family.
As a favor?
Sure, it's a favor, and they expected me to do some work, and I did.
But a report from Tennessee's Attorney General concluded that Funk received pension, salary, and health insurance benefits for virtually no work. Funk agreed to pay the money back, and the AG decided not to prosecute.
I'll report that on my income tax.
Will you show us your income tax returns?
I don't have those.
After our investigation discovered County Clerk John Ariola performing weddings on taxpayer time and pocketing the money.
He's resigned, and that's all behind us as far as I'm concerned.
Then DA Tory Johnson cut a deal that allowed Ariola to escape criminal prosecution. As to why Megan Barry did not have that option, Jim Todd says only the DA knows for sure.
None of us know, because we don't know what proof there was against her. As they did a criminal information, there was no discovery, and no discovery means that you and me can't go to the clerk's office and see what the evidence is.
Now, DA Glenn Funk has not publicly spoken about what factors went into his decision, but Jim Todd says it's possible that investigators had even more incriminating or maybe embarrassing evidence that Barry simply did not want to come out. Because of the settlement, it's likely we'll never know.